Good day, viewers. We are welcome back to the continuation of GSE 2 and 2. In our last lecture, the second lecture, we have seen how to make subject of the formula. And here we are today to key into the next segment of the course outline, which is unit of measurement. In this unit of measurement, we will discuss on the length, mass, capacity, time, and the money. But before we discuss on them, we need to know the definition of the measurement and the unit of measurement. Measurement could be defined as the process that uses numbers or numerical values to describe things based on what could be observed about them. Measurement helps us to determine or to obtain the distance from one place to another, or the heaviness of an object. Measurement also helps us to find out the time or the time taken of an event. So also measurement helps us to find the volume of the liquid substance. For example, when we are traveling, we come across kilometer pole or kilometer signboard that is telling us the remaining kilometers that left for us to reach our desired destination. That was obtained by measurements. So also when we go to the hospital, they use scale to measure the weight of the newborn baby, or to measure the weight of the patient. That is also a measurement to obtain the numerical value of an object. So also when we go to the filling station, they have the dispenser. The dispenser will inject or will dispense the required volume of the petrol or of the fuel that the buyer is purchasing. All these are the process of measurement. While the unit of measurement provide the standard for our comparison, so that the numerical values we obtain from the things could be what? Could be standard, or could refer to the something. So having listing about the measurements and the unit of measurement, we will go to the first subtopic, which is length. Length. Length is the measurements of distance from one place to another. Length is used to measure the distance from one place to another. And the basic unit of length is meter. It means length is measured in meter. For example, when one is asked to find the length from Zaria to Kaduna, so the process of that measurement is what? Is length. So now, before we go to the examples, we need to draw the table of description for the length. Here we have length. Here we have abbreviation. Here we have a relation shift to the basic units. The table is like this. Here we have 1 kilo meter, which is equivalent to 1 km, which is equivalent to 1000 meters. And the next one we have 1 hectometer, which is equivalent to 1 hm, which is equivalent to 100 meters. Then the second one we have 1 decameter, which is equivalent to 1 dcm, which is also equivalent to 10 meters. 1 meter is of course 1 ampere. Which is also 1 meter here. Then the next one we have 1 decimeter, which is equivalent to 1 dm, which is equivalent to 1/10 meter, or 0.1. Then the next one we have 1 centimeter, which is equivalent to 1 cm, which is also equivalent to 1/100 meter. There is meter here, or 0.01 meter. Then the last one we have 1 millimeter, which is equivalent to 1 mm, which is equivalent to 1/1000 meter, or 0.001 meter. So this is what the table of description the length, the abbreviation, a relationship to the basic unit, which says 1 kilometer is equivalent to 100 meters, 1000 meters, 1 hectometer is equivalent to 100 meters, 1 decameter equivalent to 10 meters, 1 meter equivalent to 1 meter, 1 decimeter equivalent to 1 all over 10 meter or 0.01 meter, because when you divide 1 all over 10, it's going to give us 0.1 meter. Therefore, 1 centimeter also is the same as 1 all over 100 meter or 0.01 meter, because of course when you divide 1 all over 100 is going to give you 0.01. Therefore, 1 millimeter is equivalent to 1 all over 1000 meter or 0.001 meter, because when you divide 1 over 1000 is going to give us 0.001. So now, but in practice, we usually make use of kilometer, meter, centimeter, millimeter. In practice, this hectometer, decameter, decimeter, they are there, but they are for what? For knowledge. But in practice, we usually make use of kilometer, meter, centimeter, millimeter. So now under this, we have question that is saying that question one that is saying we should express the following in meters or in meter. That is, A says 3 kilometer, while B says 2.058 kilometer, and C says 6. Let's write it here. C says 6 km and 108 m. Then D says 101 centimeter, while E says 9,504 millimeter. So we have this question on the board that is saying we are to express the following in meter. A is saying 3 kilometer, B is saying 2.058 kilometer, and C is saying 6 kilometer and 108 meter. Then D says 101 centimeter or 101 centimeter, and E says 9,504 millimeter. We are all asked to convert this or to solve this and leave our answer in meter. Therefore, let's see the solution. But the board is not going to be enough for us. I think we must have to clean the table at a certain point. So now, the solution of E is very simple. We refer back to the table. From the table, we can say that 1 kilometer is equivalent to 1,000. So now, and we have 3 here and we have kilo. It means 3 kilometer. So this kilo means 1,000. Then simply we say that 3 times this kilo is 1,000. 3 times 1,000 is directly 3,000 meters. Simple. We have finished with the A because we are asked to make our answer in meter. Then we move to B. B says that we should convert 2.058 kilometer to meter. Then what do? We simply say that this is also kilometer. We simply say that 2.058 times 1,000. Without waste of time, okay, let's do it manually and see. 2.058 times 1,000. Therefore, we simply say that 0 times 8 is 0, 0 times 5 is 0, also 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 2 is 0. Then we move to the next one. 0 times 8 is 0, 0 times 5 is 0, 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 2 is also 0. Now we move to the next one. It's also 0 all through. We start from here. 0 times 8, 0 here, 0 times 5, 0, 0 times 0, 0, 0 times 2 is 0 also. Then the last one, which is 1, 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 2 is 2. Then here we shall do addition. But all this 0 will be adding there 0, 0, 0. Okay, let's do it. 0 here, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 8, that's 8, 0, 0, 5, that's 5, 0, 0, that's 2, nothing plus 2, and 0, 0, that's 0, nothing plus 2 is 2. We should have used only this last result, but because of this decimal point, I always want to show you how to place the decimal point when you are multiplying the decimal. So now we should come to the results, or we should go back to the what? To the question and count how many digits that are after decimal point. They are 1, 2, 3. Then we come to the results. We come to the end of the result and count 3 digits and then place our decimal point. That's 1, 2, 3. Then we place our decimal point here. So here we have 2058. We may forget about these zeros because it is said that 0 behind decimal point is nothing. So we can disregard all these zeros that are behind the decimal point. Then we write our what? Then we write 2058 watts meter. Because the question says we should leave our answer in what? In meter. Let's clear this to avoid confusion. So, what makes C? C says 6 kilometer and 108 meter. Very simple. Because we say we have 6 times what? 1,000. 6 times 1,000 is of course going to give us 6,000 meters. Then this one is given in meter. Hence, there is no need for conversion because we are actually leave our answer in meter and it has been given in meter. But with the comment of this and, it means after the conversion, then we what? We plus them. Because and in mathematics means plusing. So we should what? Plus them. Then we have 10x. Then 6,000 plus 108 is simply 6,108. What? Meter. So we are left with 101 centimeter and the E 9,504 millimeter. So my dear student, this will be an assignment. D and E is an assignment. You try it and give your answer at the comment section. But let me give you hints. Referring back to the table, this is 101 centimeter. And remember, we say centimeter is equivalent to 1 all over 100 or 0.01. While this is talking about the millimeter, which we say is 1 all over 1000 or 0.001 meter. So you should use these tips or these hints to solve D and the E. Thank you for watching. Until we meet in the next class, please comment or ask questions in the comment section. Like, share to other colleges of education students, as well as subscribing to the channel so that once we upload new video, you will be notified. Thank you.